What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? What's the deal, y'all? Sharp the NT and Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cook, cracking this thing here at 10 and Trap News Network. It's not getting use. It's not getting out of You're not finna get nobody's college Big dog. Tap in with the tap in. Make sure you are in fact tapped in with the tap in. Like, comment, subscribe. Notification bell here. All say tap in for the latest and the greatest. Notification bell here. All say tap in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on? Tap in with tap in. It's Saturday. We ain't finna hold y'all too long. We got Ceddy Nash get into it with Hoover Gumby. Let's get into this content. Let's get into it. Let's go. By way of Young and Hefe. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Flacco and Betty Nash, and somebody that loves me will be asking him about my money. And never said any of that you fake podcasters, Flacco and Betty Nash. Yeah, like, man, you just sit down somewhere. Like, this whole script that everybody got going on, I'm the villain. I'm the bad guy. Everybody say, oh, Gumby bullying everybody. No, I'm not. I'm not bullying anybody. Only thing I'm doing is standing up for what I believe in. I'm standing up for my money, my people, which you should also do the same. I can't help it if I'm a little bit more aggressive than everybody else is. Not my fault. And it's so crazy because, see, I don't understand why people who consider themselves out of the streets or have some type of street influence would allow a narrative to be put out there, and they run with this narrative from North Dakota.
What's the good old big deal?
No, that's true. Now, allowing Flacco to dictate your narrative and you call yourself a street individual can be detrimental to what you got going on in the streets for sure.
With the good old people, man. It's your boy Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. Right there in front of you, what you have seen before I've come before you to speak is Hoover Gumby. Tired of all the chatter on the internet. Tired of his name here, tired of his name there. Now, I don't know what content Ceddy Nash spun on him, but from listening to this content, I can only imagine it has to do with the Boosie situation. So obviously, y'all remember when we was first introduced to the Boosie situation. If you don't, you can go check Real Tune.
It's when what's that man named Gumby had made it clear that Boosie's brother TQ was stealing from him, and that's how TQ actually got exposed for stealing from Boosie, was through the situation with Hoover Gumby, and the money went up missing, and Gumby started tripping, and that's how everything, I guess, hit the fan.
TV out, or whatever the case may be, but as I've said before, I thought it was a game. Obviously, this is a real and true story that Boosie allegedly owed Hoover Gumby $52,000, and Gumby won his money. And Gumby has went as far as saying, hey, Boosie, when you make it to that federal prison, it's a lot of my homies and Hoovers up there, and it's going to be all bad for you. Your son going too, so you might want to get my money. It seemed like this really fell upon deaf ears or whatever the case may be, but we don't know what's moving and how things are rotating in the unseen. However, right, I don't want to hold you guys any longer, right? So
now with the situation with Gumby again, I do understand his frustration. I do understand where he could be upset, but then, like I always have said a million times, when you put something on the internet, it is now available for public consumption, and you now have to be atoned for what the public wants to, say about this situation. You know what I mean?
Within this content being spun by different content creators, Gumby ain't been feeling Flacco, and he ain't been feeling Ceddy Nash, and he went on to call Ceddy Nash Betty Nash. Ceddy Nash bit back. So this is the content we about to get into. And you already know, man, it's the halfway and the half effect. We're going to comment to it.
Because OG Gumby took a shot at me, called me out my name, and basically he didn't say what he just said. Right. Y'all heard that. What's your interpretation real quick of that real fast? I'm Hoover. I'm West Side Hoover. I'm 5 Hills Hoover. I'm Hoover.
That's an actually really accurate description of Gumby.
I'm Hoover.
Or impersonation, rather.
All right, let me groove you to the next slide where he say, I didn't say that. in all candor, cool. That you gotta sharpen it up, bruh. Or admit you was just trying to go viral. See, it's on me, the influencer with more subscribers and more followers, to tell you, oh niggas, how to act on this shit. This ain't the goddamn 80s. So when you saying certain things, it's like, bruh, do you realize what you said? You talking to a cat who got snatched by the feds for shit he said on YouTube. So I don't want it to happen to you. Big homie Nash don't want little homie Gumby to go through what he went through. You are threatening somebody.
Big homie Nash going to little homie Gumby is sick.
Or it was perceived as a threat. That's why you did it. That's why you cleared it up. If it really wasn't what you meant, and you knew what you said had no ill intent, why clear it up, Dumby? Oh, because you realized what you said could come off wrong. As I said in my second video, yo, hey, clear that up, little homie. And you did, little nigga. So, shout out to you. Because that's how you're supposed to do it, bruh. You can make some real who's on this intranet. You could.
Oh yeah, Ceddy Nash is on Gumby's head right now, for sure, Extra disrespectful with a cherry on top.
But doing it that way, your channel will get taken, you won't be monetized, and your ass will be sitting in the jail cell federally. You gotta learn how to talk. That's why when you previously spoke on certain things, you said how all these other cats was telling you, you gotta use just initials and say all that. The big homie who really get his shit out this motherfucker, pardon the swearing, my bad. The big homie who really get his cake about this bakery, youngin' on YouTube, not
getting his cakery out this bakery.
In age. Let me help you out. Free game. That's not how you want to do it. You can say all of those things, but at the end, talk legality, or you won't make a penny. And I'm actually giving you a lot of game because I actually want to see you succeed. Personally, on a whole nother level. I'm rolling, West Side. But good, I'm glad you did it. I don't care about you dissing me, bro. Diss me again, shit. Make that the nickname. Do your thing, bro. But I'm glad you cleared it up because you can't get paid for interviews saying shit like that. Say everything you're going to say and then clean it up with a lawsuit. That's why you said what I said. That's what you're supposed to say. So I'm actually glad you weren't dumb and basically was like, I say whatever I want to say on this internet. You understood. Not as dumb as you look. And I'm only taking shots because you called me Betty Nash. It ain't no static. It ain't no problems or nothing like that.
Man, Ceddy Nash is doing it for the content.
And honestly, but do your thing, man. I wish you high success. React to this video. Get your views up. Do your thing, man. And I ain't gonna hold you.
All right, man. So I'm gonna let y'all catch the rest of this on Young Gang Half Face page. We up out to the next one. Y'all know the deal is red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest is free. I've been just released free. We go.